My sister-in-law invited my mom to my bachelorette party without asking me, so she got uninvited to my wedding. I'm just weeks away from getting married, and recently my sister-in-law, Ava, took it upon herself to plan my bachelorette party. Ava, 3 years younger than me, comes off as sweet but can be overwhelming at times. My fiancé Jacob and I are both 27, and we've been living far from our families for years. We first met in college, though we weren't close back then. 3 years ago, we reconnected at a post-graduation party, and we've been together ever since. After just 3 months of dating, Jacob and I moved in together, mostly for convenience. 6 months later, he introduced me to his family. I had already briefly met Eva at our graduation. She complimented my earrings, and we hit it off. At first, I thought having such a kind sister-in-law would be great, but as time went on, I realized Eva had a bit of a controlling streak, which made me uncomfortable. One of the reasons I distanced myself from my own family was because I couldn't stand their controlling behavior. Living far away gave me the freedom I craved, and Jacob felt the same way. A few months after we started dating, Eva called to tell me she'd gotten a job nearby and was moving close to us. At first, I didn't mind, but I had a feeling it could get overwhelming seeing her so often. I suggested she live closer to downtown, which would be more convenient for her job. She seemed offended but didn't argue. When Eva moved in, we helped her settle and made sure she felt at home. But soon she started dropping by our place every other day. It became intrusive because Jacob and I valued our space. We tried to be patient, but eventually we asked her to limit her visits. She didn't take it well. She cried and said she always knew I didn't like her. I explained we just needed our privacy, but she didn't seem to get it. While she did cut back on her visits, her attitude changed. She became sarcastic and unpleasant at family gatherings. After Jacob proposed, things seemed to improve. Ava was friendly and eager to be involved in the wedding planning. She offered to organize my bachelorette party, and I agreed, thinking she was trying to mend things between us. 2 days before the party, she asked me to come early to go over some final details. I was exhausted from all the wedding prep, but I said yes. When I arrived, I found out Ava had invited my mom, someone I haven't spoken to in 10 years because of her controlling and abusive behavior when I was growing up. Ava knew about our history, but she still invited her without telling me. I was furious and felt completely betrayed. I told Eva she had crossed a line by meddling in my relationship with my mom. She tried to justify it, claiming she just wanted to help us reconcile. My mom took the opportunity to insult me and blame me for everything, making the situation even worse. I walked out immediately. I blocked Ava and told Jacob everything. He was just as upset as I was and called Ava to demand an apology. She played the victim, accusing us of ruining the party and even asking us to reimburse her for the expenses. Jacob refused and told her she was no longer invited to the wedding. Jacob's parents got involved, accusing us of being too harsh on Eva. They tried to convince us to let her come to the wedding, but we stood firm. In the end, they chose not to attend in solidarity with Eva. It was painful, but our wedding turned out beautiful, surrounded by people who truly supported us. Now, Eva and my in-laws have been trying to reconnect, especially after we announced we're expecting a baby. But Jacob and I have decided to keep our distance to protect our peace.